My name is Kristen. Welcome to the Om Shack app. Today we are going to have a class that begins with a little bit of sound, breath work, and a short meditation. Following that will be some deep stretches with the hammock at a low height. So first let's talk about the setup. I have my hammock set at a low height. And the best way to ensure that the hammock is the right height for you is if you have the hammock set low, step your foot so that the hammock is at the instep or the arch of the foot. Hold on up high. Put your weight into the hammock with the foot that is inside. Rise up to the ball of the foot that's standing on the ground. Your hammock should be right about at the ankle of the foot that's on the ground. So once you put your weight in it, the hammock should be right there at the ankle as mine is. That will ensure your hammock is the correct height for you. I also have a block here because when I do meditation or breath work and I'm sitting for a period of time, I like to have my pelvis lifted a little bit. It makes it much more comfortable for me. So if you want to try this, it's to sit comfortably. Takes the pressure off the knees. So I have my block the long way, like this. So the short end is in front and back. And then I sit with the back edge of my block right about the center of my foot. That way, I'm in a much more comfortable position. So push pause if you need to get set up. I also have a blanket in case you want to have a blanket underneath the knees. Okay. Push pause if you need to, and join us when you're ready. Find your comfortable way to sit. Take a deep breath in the nose. And as you exhale, just allow the lids to close over the eyes. Observe your breath. Allow your face, your neck, shoulders. Allow your body to relax with your hands just resting gently on the thighs. As you inhale and exhale, allow your body to relax a bit more. And see if you can elongate those exhales. Regardless of the noises that you hear around you, don't let them disturb you. Don't let them interfere with being present. There's always going to be sounds in life, and if we have to search for a completely silent place, we're going to have a very hard time. So just accept any sounds that you hear in this moment. Allow your body just to settle where it is. Notice your posture. Notice if you have any tension in the neck and shoulders, or in the spine, or maybe the hips. Take a few more breaths here before opening your eyes. And when you're ready to open the eyes, just slowly blink them open, but keep the eyelids heavy. Because I'm going to show you our breath work that we're going to do today. And if you're unfamiliar with it, you may want to watch so you can do this breath work along with me. So this is called the Robin's breath. You just take your hands and bring your palms together at prayer, thumbs at your sternum, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Going to breathe in deeply through the nose. And as you exhale slowly, start to turn your fingers forward so that they're pointing ahead of you As you exhale, you're going to press the palms together, straightening the arms, rounding the back, bringing the chin to the chest. As you inhale, you're going to open the arms, press the chest forward, find goddess-like arms with fingers spread wide. Exhale, extend the arms, bringing the palms back together, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, bringing the hands back to the heart, thumbs back to the sternum. Exhale, fingers point away, arms straighten, spine rounds, chins to chest. Inhale, open the arms, goddess, pressing the chest forward. Exhale, rounding the spine as you bring the hands together. Inhaling back to the heart. Let's try that together. Continue. One more round. Leaving the hands at the heart, letting those shoulders relax. Keeping the eyes closed. Just observe how the body and mind feel in this moment after the robin's breath. With the eyes closed, just allow the hands to rest gently on the thighs for a moment. Take a moment to be grateful for your breath before we begin to move into our asanas today. When you're ready, blinking the eyes open slowly. If you're on your block, you can go ahead and remove your block and place it to the side. And then staying where you're seated in front of your hammock, go ahead and grab the hammock, bringing it in front of you. You're going to bring your hands into a push grip, wider than your hips, and you're going to rise up onto the knees. We're going to create tension in the hammock as we bring the hammock to that hip crease. Creating that tension with the hands, pressing the shoulders down, maybe inching forward a little bit more to keep that hammock in the crease of the hips. And then hinging from the hips, keep the pressure with the hands until you've got that hammock hooked into that crease, bringing the hands to the floor. From here, we're going to extend the right leg, come onto the balls of the feet, each leg, coming into a plank, and then we're just gonna walk ourselves backwards, letting the hands slide. Allowing your body to come right underneath the center point, the plumb line. Hip crease should be under that plumb line. And we're going to bring the forearms to the mat, palms flat, elbows underneath the shoulders. And we're just going to lift the feet, keeping the feet in a dorsiflex, flexed position. And then turning the toes out, heels together. You can extend your legs wide into a straddle. Let the feet drop on the inside edge of your feet. Let your knees bend into a frog-like position. And then we're going to paddle those arms, one arm stacked on top of the other. And then just let your forehead rest on the arms. Let your belly relax, let your chest sink down. And breathe deeply here. So you get get a deep tissue massage in that hip crease. Slowly lift the forehead from the arms and just have your gaze looking just in front of your mat so that your neck is in a neutral position and in line with the spine. We're going to lift the knees off the ground, straightening the legs back into that straddle, engaging the abdominals so that the back is not arched and the belly is no longer sagging. Lifting the toes, we're going to bring the feet back together. And then point the toes, just let the tops of the feet find the mat with the knees bend and settle back in, allowing the chest to drop, forehead back to the mat. Allow the weight of your body to sink into that hammock, providing a nice little massage. Maybe just kind of wiggle the hips, a tiny little movement. And then lifting the forehead off of the hands, off the arms. You're going to bring your elbows in toward your rib cage, sides of the body, palms flat. And we're going to push off the floor, lifting the chest. So as I'm pushing, I'm pressing my shoulder blades together, my shoulders back and down, and I'm just pressing with the arms to lift my chest. Now I'm going to keep my toes pointed and just keep the toes together. I'm going to bring my knees out nice and wide, bring my heels in a little closer, and I'm going to lift my feet and knees off the ground. Your gaze should be just looking just in front of you, keeping that nice long spine through the cervical area of the neck. So from here, I'm going to keep my feet lifted, my ankles lifted, and I'm going to flex my feet, bring my knees together, feet apart. This is our dovetail. Just getting more into the outer hip girdle. Pointing the toes, let the big toes touch, the knees come wide. Flex the feet, bring the knees together, the ankles are apart here. And one more time, big toes to touch, knees wide. And then let those knees find the ground. Engage the abdominals as you press the floor away, lifting the chest up high. Nice. Bend the elbows, so you're coming about halfway, and then lifting the feet and knees off the ground, legs come straight. Back behind you. As we shift our weight forward, shoulders come over the wrists, you're coming to a cobra. And then letting the knees drop to the mat, you're going to press your body away from your hands and allow the hammock to come just above the chest and under the armpits. Allow the chest to put weight into that hammock, forearms down. Walk those knees in closer, keeping the weight of the body in the hammock above the chest. Let your backside find the heels of the feet and allow your head to drop into a modified supported child's pose. Bring the arms behind you, back of the hands on the floor. Let your elbows just rest out wide, slightly bent, shoulders just dropping. Now bringing the hands in front of you, you're going to push away from the hands, keeping the spine round, rolling up one vertebrae one at a time. Allowing the head to come up last as the hands sweep back and up. Inhaling those arms up to the sky, palms come together. And as you exhale, grab the ropes of the hammock and slide them down. Shift your weight to your right hip and allow the legs to come together in front of you. From here, just be sure that you're sitting evenly. Your sits bones are grounded into the earth. And grabbing that hammock, you're going to bring that right knee to your chest. Move the hammock away and place the ball of your right foot to the hammock. So your toes are kind of just gripping around the top of the hammock. Your heel and center arch of your foot is exposed. I'm going to start to press my foot away as I allow my hands to slide. If you're tight in the hamstrings and back of the leg, you can keep a micro bend of that knee, but as you're breathing, see if there's room to start to straighten that leg with each breath. Allow the shoulders to press back, staying here, or maybe taking it a little further, lifting the leg up, getting a deeper stretch. Breathing into the space behind that right thigh. The more you press your heel away, the more that stretch will travel to the calf and the ankle. Just feel where you might have some tightness, where you can lengthen. Bringing the leg up maybe a little higher if that's available to you. And then pulling with the left hand. I'm going to pull with my left hand, just bringing my foot a little bit more over to the left, and I'm going to gaze over my right shoulder. Notice where you feel the stretch here. Maybe a little deeper in the hamstring, maybe on the outer side of that thigh, maybe all the way up to the glutes. We'll return that leg back to center and bend the knee so it comes in towards your chest. We want to remain sitting upright, so even tension on the hammock between the foot and the hands. Going to place the left ball of the foot into the hammock, releasing the right foot down to the mat. Take a breath in, check in with your posture, your spine, shoulders are back and down, spine is long, and when you're ready on the exhale, go ahead and extend that leg. Taking a few breaths here, pressing the heel as far away from you as you can, pulling with the arms, pressing into the ball of that foot, pressing that heel to the front of the room. Continue to breathe. Maybe there's room to lift the leg a little higher, going a little deeper into the stretch as you breathe. Now pulling on the right side, it's going to bring that left leg a little more over to the right as you gaze over your left shoulder, breathing here. As we stretch a little deeper towards the glute and the outside of that left thigh. Bringing your gaze back forward as you bring the leg back to center. Bend the knees, you draw it into your chest, and release that foot to the ground. Bringing your legs into a crisscross position. We're going to give the hands a little break as they may be a little tight from gripping. Do little popcorn hands here. And then place those hands back on the hammock into that push grip. Shoulders are back and down. We take a breath in as we straighten the arms and lengthen that spine. And as we breathe out, we keep that long spine just hinging from the hips, reaching the arms as far as we can. Make sure that you're pressing the pinky side edges of the fingers down into the hammock so that there's no bend in the wrist, no lateral bend. We're not revving a motorcycle. The palms are flat. We're reaching as far as we can. We're going to keep reaching as we sweep those arms over to the right, and keep reaching as we sweep the arms to the left. Coming back over nice and slowly to that right side. Maybe going a little deeper into that side stretch by bending that right elbow, reaching that left arm a little further. Then straightening that right arm as we sweep to the other side. And maybe deepening the stretch on this side as you bend the left elbow, reaching that right arm a little further. You should feel an amazing stretch down the whole side of your body here. Let's do that one more time on each side, sweeping the arms. Trying to see if we can bend that right elbow, reach a little further. And for the last time, over to the left, bending that elbow. Coming back to the center, reaching the arms even further, hinging from the hips even more. Allow the head to drop. Bend the elbows out to the sides. Let the hammock come behind the head as if you're shading the head. And then extend the arms looking forward. Exhale, drop the chin, pull the hammock back. Inhale, reach forward and look up. Exhale, pull back. Reach forward, look up, and then press down with the hands as you round the spine to come back up to sitting up nice and tall and straight. Nice job. Let's grab those edges up high and swing that hammock away as we bring the right ankle in. Keeping that right ankle in, left knee's bent, or however you're comfortable. We're finding a long spine from the tailbone. Draw your attention from there. As you bring your breath from the tailbone up the spine, the arms will begin to lift, your shoulders will begin to lift as you extend those arms to the sky. And then as you exhale, we're just hinging from the hip, reaching for either the hammock, the ankle, or the foot. Breathe in to lengthen even further, breathe out to sink deeper. And just start with the pointed toes here for a few breaths. And then maybe choosing to flex the foot to deepen that stretch. To roll your way back up to a straight spine. Keep the foot flexed. Just turn the toes out to the right. Reach for your hammock. Bend that right knee so that it's falling out to the side and that your right heel is coming closer to your left knee. So your position may look a little different. Just honor your body. We're pulling that hammock in. So we're getting deeper into our hip here and our right glute. So maybe you're sitting up tall and that's perfect for you. You're getting a good stretch. Just breathe through that. Or maybe you have the flexibility today to move a little further. Maybe just lowering the chest, letting your head come through. Keep that right foot flexed. That will activate the muscles surrounding the knee to support the knee. You don't flex your foot in this position, you could injure your knee, so we don't want to cause any disturbance or disruption to our knees that are so important to us. We're going to release as we extend that leg forward, and then bring those hands behind you, acting as a kickstand as we switch left foot in, right foot out. Go ahead and sit back up nice and tall. Both sits bones are evenly grounded. We're going to inhale those arms straight up to the ceiling, drawing the breath all the way up the spine. And then exhale, hinging with a long spine to either the ankle, the hammock, or the foot. Keeping the toes pointed for now. You'll feel the stretch on the shin, the top of the ankle. And then slowly maybe working to flexing that foot. Keep those exhales elongated. Maybe with each exhalation you can find a little space to go deeper. Keeping the left foot flexed as we roll back, letting the head come up last. Grabbing that hammock, keeping those toes flexed as we turn the toes to the left, so the knee is going to drop to that left side, and we're going to bring that heel in closer to the body. Staying here with the in-breath, and staying here with the exhale if this is deep enough for you, or leaning forward. Sure to continue breathing and keeping the foot flexed to protect your knee. Coming up slowly. We'll release the foot from the hammock, bringing the knees up towards the ceiling, hip distance apart, soles of the feet planted on your mat. We're going to bring that hammock behind the back and arms up and through. So the hammock should be right on top of the shoulder blades and under the armpits, so it should come in front of the shoulders and around the back. I'm going to lean back, trusting that the hammock will hold us, as it will. And then keeping like an apple under your chin, space enough for an apple or a little tangerine, so that the neck is in a good alignment with the spine. We're going to open the arms out wide, maybe squeezing those shoulder blades together, and then bending those elbows, clasping the fingers behind the head, and then letting the weight of the head just rest in those palms. Pressing those elbows nice and wide, broadening the chest, creating space in the front of the chest, opening the heart space. Deep breaths here. Keeping those elbows pressing wide, your gaze looking up towards the ceiling. We're just going to bring that right elbow over towards, if we're trying to touch the right knee. And taking it to the other side, the left elbow, as if you're trying to let that elbow meet that left knee. Let's go side to side one more time. Nice and slow. We call these stargazers or cloud watchers. So as we come to the left now, let those knees just drop to the right side. A little twist. You may find a pulse here, if that feels good for you. Returning back to center, sole below the knees. Breathing in deep, maybe sending the chest up a little further, reaching back a little further. And then as you exhale, knees drop to the left, and we twist to the right. Staying here, or maybe taking a little pulse here. You return to center as the knees come back up towards the ceiling, feet are planted on your mat. You bring the chin to the chest with the assistance of the hands. As the chin comes to your chest, you can reach those arms up high, and you can extend the legs one at a time. Pulling with the upper body to sit tall as we bring that hammock in front of us. Releasing the hands. Grabbing, if you need to roll back. Imprinting each vertebrae slowly down onto the mat. Letting those feet fall open, letting those arms rest by your sides, palms face up. Give your head a little shake, side to side. And then finding rest in the center, letting go, relaxing, and releasing. Slowly starting to drive the right foot in towards the body and right knee to chest. Left leg will follow. Hugging both knees in towards the chest. Maybe taking a little rock side to side. And then rolling to either your right or left side into your fetal position, whichever side calls you. We'll slowly come up using that top arm to press into the floor to assist us back to a seated position. As we close our practice for today, let's meet with our palms together. Gratitude for each other, this time, this practice, this breath, this body. That which is light in me honors that which is light in you. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed this practice today. This is a wonderful practice to do in the morning or before going to bed to end your day. I'll see you soon.